For over 65,000 years, an unbroken lineage walked the ancient earth of the southern continent. Long before empires rose elsewhere, the first custodians shaped this harsh land through deep spiritual connection. They mastered firestick farming, carefully managing the brush to nurture life across a continent of extremes. They built sophisticated stone fish traps and aquaculture systems, living in profound harmony with nature's rhythm.
Each season brought its own calendar, flowering plants, fish runs, and animal migrations, read with precision honed over millennia. Songlines stretched across the continent, invisible pathways of memory linking hundreds of nations through trade, language, and song.
Then came the era of the Great Unknown, when European mariners braved the treacherous southern seas in search of the mythical Terra Australis. In January 1788, a fleet of 11 ships dropped anchor in a quiet, untouched harbor, changing the course of history forever. Over 1,000 souls stepped ashore, more than half of them convicts, exiled to the edge of the known world. As the colony expanded inland, a bitter, tragic conflict unfolded, the frontier wars for control of the land.
Resistance came swiftly. In the Sydney region, a warrior named Pemulwuy raids against the encroaching settlement. Further west, Wiradjuri leader Windradyne rallied his people against the seizure of the Bathurst Plains, declaring open resistance in 1824. In the west, Yegan and his Noongar kin resisted the taking of the Swan River, while in the Kimberley, Jandamarra held off police for years from ancient limestone caves. In Tasmania, the so-called Black War brought devastating loss, nearly erasing the Palawa people from their own homeland. Across the continent, this century-long struggle, fought in ambush and reprisal, is now recognized as a defining and long unspoken chapter of the nation's.
But the discovery of gold in the 1850s shattered the quiet isolation, triggering a global rush that drew fortune seekers from every corner of the earth. Beneath the flicker of oil lamps, fortunes were made and lost in a heartbeat, fueling a sudden, explosive wealth.
Amidst the lawless diggings, resentment boiled over against heavy-handed taxation, leading to a fiery rebellion at Eureka Stockade. On the first day of January 1901, 6 separate colonies united, forging a brand new nation under the Southern Cross. Yet, this young nation's identity was destined to be baptized in the devastating trenches of the First World War. At Gallipoli and across the Western Front, the legendary endurance of the Anzac was etched into global history. Though the cost in blood was immense, the sacrifice forged an unbreakable spirit that echoed back home. Following the devastation of World War II, a new rallying cry echoed across a vulnerable continent: populate or perish. Millions arrived from the shattered cities of Europe, bringing new languages, flavors, and industries that reshaped the nation. A quiet revolution of rights began to turn the tide, led by indigenous activists demanding recognition and land justice. The historic 1967 referendum finally counted Indigenous Australians as citizens, marking a turning point in the nation's soul. In 1992, the High Court's Mabo decision overturned the myth of an empty land, formally recognizing Indigenous native title for the first time. In 1997, the Bringing Them Home report exposed the pain of the stolen generations, forcing the nation to confront a hidden history of separated families.
Reconciliation remains an unfinished journey, carried forward today through treaty talks, truth-telling, and a shared resolve to walk the path together.
As the calendar turned to a new millennium, Sydney welcomed the world with a breathtaking display of unity and triumph. Yet the ancient land remained a force of nature, testing its people through fierce droughts and catastrophic bushfires. Today, modern skylines rise against ancient horizons, blending 65,000 years of history with a multicultural future.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this story, subscribe for more.